Alright, as I said in yesterday's video, we're going to de-winterize today. So we've already concluded the hot water tank. So what I got is a canister full of, it's the water filter housing. I got a canister full of RV antifreeze. I'm going to take me a couple blue shop towels here and get it in here next to, underneath the canister itself. Got to get in here, and I marked it off. So I just go up here, and twist that off. We got a little bit of pressure on the line, so let me go take that off on one of the sinks. Okay, I'm back, but I do have it loosened up, so we just get in here and try to get this thing out without making a super mess. Ooh, look at that. We made it with minimum mess. Drain it in here. Well, that worked pretty good, I would say. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the filter back up in its housing up here. Whew, it is cold out here again today. It's 40 degrees when I walked out here. Alright, so it's in its house once again. Now I'll take you back here to my low point drains. I did a video. Anyways, I did a low point drain modification because I just couldn't get them. They had them buried up underneath this curb on the camper. So what I did, I went up and brought them out and extended them out and dropped them down. So now I can do all this work from out here, but they're still protected by that steel drag triangle, so I'm not worried about them. This would be the hot side. And the cold side. You off. I don't know if it was worth the effort, but we'll find out at the end of the day. Looks like I got about a fourth of the old antifreeze conserved. Alright, now we're going to start sanitation of the water lines. So I'm going to take the other empty gallon bottle of 30% vinegar, go in the house and get me a cup of bleach, come out here and we're going to fill this freshwater tank up. Alright, I just come out the house, went in there and got me 1 cup of bleach in this gallon jug. So I'm going to go ahead and fill the gallon jug up with water. Go back down here. Freshwater drain, so my freshwater tank's right there. So I got to crawl underneath there and put in the plug. I just used a PVC plug that I bought. The original one had a little itty bitty turn valve on it. The first time I turned it, I was camping and snapped it because it was bought it used, so it was corroded. So I just run down Lowe's and bought me 2 of these. I have an extra one in my plumbing bag. Alright, I'm going under. I never hardly ever tighten it down. That seems to do the trick. And I don't have to worry about cross-threading it or turn it so tight that it breaks this, what they call it, kind of a burned on seal. That's all I do. I finger tighten it and wrap it with some plumber's tape. Shoot, that thing holds good. Alright. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to run some water, fresh water, down into the actual freshwater tank. and then I'm going to pour the bleach in, and then we're going to fill it up the rest of the way. So let's see, that's my one. Alright. So now we got the water flowing. I got my filter on, my inline blue filter. Alright, I'm back. Alright, got my bleach mixture going in. Now, that's done. I'll go ahead and get my water hose back in place. Right there. And we will let that bad boy fill up. Alright. Now I'll bring it back when we're ready to go inside. Alright, that took a minute, but now I'm back. Cover up the water filter. And this is my city water connection, which is, where's that? This hose right here, which goes up and around and goes straight into here. But if I want to use my water pump for the antifreeze, that's right here. But now I need to get my fresh water to this pump. So I gotta go in here, and there's a little valve right here. You turn it so it's in line with your hose that you want to use. And this hose runs to my water pump. So this isolates the antifreeze line. So now we're going to flush some of this bleach water through these pipes and let it sit for 8 hours. So I got to go get my battery and hook that up. Alright, I got my battery hooked up. I turned on one of the propane tanks. We're going inside the camper. Here's Sandy. We just walked inside the camper. Now we're going to start turning on some spigots. I got my CO2 charger down there blinking. Cabinets look good. Power's coming up to the camper. Let's see, out, interior. I guess it yep, there we go. Battery says 2/3. That's pretty good. Freshwater tank is full. Everything else is empty. And we're going to, where you at? Water pump. Water pump's charging up the system. Alright, and the water pump has filled up the canister, the freshwater canister. Alright, now what we're going to do is run some water through the sink. There's the pink stuff coming out the line. Don't forget to bring in my getting clear. Smelling bleach. The interesting thing, it says pull it to you. What you say? Smelling bleach. Yeah, smelling bleach. It actually changes color in your hand to a milky color. Nope. I guess it's drained out. I'm gonna pull it in until it changes color. See if it's about right there. I hear it bubbling. There we go. We changed color. It's bubbling in my hand. We got bleach in the line. So that's good. Now we let the sink sit for the next 8 hours. Then we drain the tank and flush everything with fresh water. Can't get that on here anyway. Alright, that looks good. Water pump working great. And that looks good. And that take care of that. Was that you?
Yeah, that was the coffee cup.
Oh, that's fine. There we go. Everything looks good back here. That's all right. Let me close the door so we don't happen to be running down the road so whoops and break a circular shower. That wouldn't be no.
Check your damp bed. It's doing its job. One in the front bed. There's one down there. There should be one down.
Alright, that was Sandy with a damp rate update. Let's take a picture of
it in there in the wintertime. See that?
Pick it up a little bit higher. Now, do your thing. See all that extra excess water from soaking it up during temperature changes? That's why we put them in here. We did the same thing with the pop-up. And this is the bigger one we keep on the ground. That's swelled up too, so kept the moisture out. Now, while we're in here and it's cold outside, I am coming over to the heater. I did turn on one of the gas tanks outside, so, and like I said, our first trip is Thursday. Alright, so we're going to come over to the stove. I cleaned this up real good. Took everything apart, the stove top. I did a video on that before we. That thing is sparkling, man. I hear gas. Let it come out. Because I don't want to fire up the heater. Because it is March.
And we're boondocking, so we don't have electrical.
There's one, two, all of them fired up. Yeehaw, that's what I'm talking about. So that's good. We have a stove that works. Now let me go over here to the thermostat and turn it on. Should come on quick because it ain't but 50 degrees in here or less. There we go. It's purging itself. And Sandy can be warm while I got one more faucet to check. Now a heater is under that seat right there.
It will toast your toasties.
Yeah, it's definitely a bunion burner.
Lucked out. We take everything out of the camper every year, everything that's cloth, anything that's been cooked in, empty everything out, and so far, we have had no issue with visitors.
To pop up over this one.
Yeah. We don't leave anything in here for them to want to get to.
Try not to anyway. I'm gonna turn that up. Alright, I got one more faucet outside to check, the shower, and then I'll be back. Alright, it's getting toasty in here. I set the thermostat on roughly, I don't know, 65 maybe. So, that completes this episode of Adventures with PC Wabash. We've got our fresh tank filled up with bleach water. We flushed out the hot water tank we started on yesterday. All the lines have bleach water in it. The sinks work, shower works, toilet works, so all that survived the winter. And that's what happens when you do a good winterization with antifreeze. Don't always use antifreeze, in my opinion. I ain't telling you what to do. It's your camper. But that's what I would do.